The former Speaker of the House, John Boehner, still very influential in D.C., just told a group of students at Stanford University that Cruz is, quote, Lucifer in the flesh. I have Democrat friends and Republican friends. I get along with almost everyone, but I've never worked with a more miserable son of an expletive in my life. Boehner also says that he's accepted Trump, who he says is a texting buddy that he's golfed with, as a nominee that he would vote for, but that he would not vote for Cruz.
Is Senator Mike Lee. How are you, sir?
Doing great. Thank you very much, Mark.
Now, Mike Lee, you see what John Boehner said about Ted Cruz at Stanford. You've heard what Pete King had to say on CNN. Pretty heavy, vile stuff, my friend. What is your response?
It's really vile stuff. And, you know, what perplexes me about this, Mark, is that these are not words that I hear these gentlemen using in response to anyone else. I hear John Boehner heaping praise on Bernie Sanders, heaping praise on Hillary Clinton, heaping praise on Donald Trump. And yet for Ted Cruz, what does he call him? He calls him the devil. He calls him Satan. He calls him Lucifer. Why? The question is why? Why does he do this? Well, there's an answer. Ted Cruz actually challenges the system, the very same system that Donald Trump claims to rail against. This is a wake-up call to the American people. This is a wake-up call to people who are supporting Donald Trump, thinking that he's the guy who's going to rail against the establishment. He's not. He is the establishment. He's the golfing buddy, the texting buddy of John Boehner, the same guy who praises Hillary Clinton, who praises Bernie Sanders. And so if you're out there thinking that Donald Trump is somehow going to be the guy who takes down the establishment, think again, because quite the opposite is true.
In many cases, I probably identify more as a Democrat.
John Boehner, in his remarks, described Donald Trump as his texting and golfing buddy. So if you want someone that's a texting and golfing buddy, if you're happy with John Boehner as Speaker of the House and you want a president like John Boehner, Donald Trump's your man.